All right, about a minute to go. So we'll start off on our backs, coming down onto your back. Have your block and your strap fairly handy to where you can just reach out and grab them. And depending on how your body feels this morning, either your knees bent, your feet on your mat. You can walk your feet out as wide as your mat, let your knees fall into one another, or you can have the legs straight and completely out. And I recommend bringing the hands somewhere on the body. For today, I'm bringing both hands onto the belly so I know to find the breath in that area. But you can always take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. And gently allow your eyes to close. And take just these first few moments to allow the body, the breath, the mind to all settle. Allow them all to come together in this place. And if you have your hands on your belly, you start to notice the rise and fall of your hands as the breath travels up and down the body. And we allow the breath to enter through the nose, fill up our low belly, travel through the sides of our waist and up into our hearts. And the exhale, it gently releases all back and down. Taking just a few more inhales and exhales like this, just drawing closer to the breath. Building a connection between your mind, your body, and your breath. Your next inhale, release your hands down towards the hips, straighten out the legs if they're not already. Point and flex through your feet, roll your wrists and ankles. Just awaken the body to movement. You may even stretch the arms back behind you, taking a full body stretch back. Hug your knees in towards your chest and gently rock side to side. Massage your low back. Happy baby pose, heels of the feet up towards the ceiling. Grab the outside edges of your feet. Release your thighs down, maybe rocking side to side here on your back as well. Hug your knees back in towards your chest. Using your hands to guide your feet down onto your mat. So you're just pressing on your knees, your thighs to bring the feet down. Grab a hold of your strap. And if you have a block or a book handy, have that as well. So we're bringing these two items up against our right hip. Hugging the right knee in towards us. You have the option here to keep the left knee bent, your foot on your mat. You also have the option to straighten out the left leg, flex through the left toes. And you may start with the knee bent and then eventually straighten it. That's fine as well. Taking some hip circles. So take that right knee out to the side, take it across the body. Just waking up that right hip. Lubricating the joints. And whichever direction you're moving, make sure to move in the opposite direction. Hug your right knee back in towards you. Move that block right up against your hip. Grab a hold of your strap or your scarf or belt, whatever you have, and belt up your right foot. And extend the leg straight up above you, flexing through your toes, feeling that right thigh firm. And remembering your left leg, because we tend to start to forget about it. So we'll flex to those left toes, releasing the left thigh down. And you're not moving the right leg closer to you just yet. First, you're just pulling straight down, connecting the hip back into the socket. And we just breathe for a few inhales and exhales. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, bend your elbows out to the side. Now moving that right leg a little closer towards you. And try to move only as far as that you can still keep that right leg straight. So if you start taking it closer and your knee starts to bend deeply, just back off a little bit and keep the leg as straight as you can. We're waking up that right hamstring. Supta Padangusthasana, fancy yoga name for hand to big toe pose. And just pause here. Move the strap now just into your right hand, taking the left arm out to the side. Keep anchoring down through that left leg. Take a deep breath in. Exhale the right leg out to the right. And you have your block there. So your block will take the weight of your right hip for you. And breathe. Soft and smooth breathing. You're breathing as if you could breathe from the heel of your right foot down through the right leg and down into the left. Take another deep breath in. On the exhale, allow the leg to come back up above you. Move the strap just into your left hand. Use your right thumb to get into that right hip crease and move the right hip more to the front of the room. So now your hips are more even. Taking the right arm out to the side, take the leg over to the left. It doesn't have to be too far, enough to where you can still anchor down to that left leg and find a stretch to the side of your right outer hips. And breathe here. Inhale the leg back to center. Release your foot from that strap. Release the leg down and meet the left. Maybe extend the arms back behind you for a full body stretch back. And just be aware of how your legs feel. For me, one leg always feels a little longer than the other after this. The right leg is more open now. So of course we have to do the left. So we'll move our block, our strap over to the left side. And again, you have the option to bend the right knee, bring the foot on the mat, or you'll keep the leg extended out long and flex through your toes. Inhaling the left leg up and towards the chest, finding those hip circles. And again, moving in the opposite direction. So we're just waking up that left hip before we stretch out the hamstrings. Allow the left leg to come back to neutral, hugging it in towards the chest. Grab a hold of your strap. Now strapping up our left foot. And extend the leg straight up above you. So a few times people have asked me, where should the strap be? You can have it on the arch of the foot. You can have it more towards the heel. It just kind of depends on what type of yoga you're doing. So for this one, you can have it right in the arch of the foot. Flexing to the left toes. Just pulling straight down, connecting the hip into the socket. Now moving the leg closer towards us yet. And let's be mindful of that right leg. So flexing to the right toes, firming that right thigh down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend your elbows out to the side, moving the left leg closer towards you. And you may notice one leg gets a little closer than the other. That's okay. We're just waking up that left hamstring. Doesn't have to go necessarily as far as the right, or it may even get closer than the right. Moving the strap now into your left hand. Make sure to have that block up against the left hip. Extend your right arm out to the side, anchoring down to that right side. On the exhale, we take the leg over to the left. So you're now finding this stretch from the left heel of the foot down to that left leg and moving into the heel of the right foot. Breathing here. Moving or take a deep breath in, exhale the foot right back up above you. Moving the strap now into your right hand. Use your left thumb, get into your left hip crease, bring your left hip towards the front of the room. Now taking the left arm out to the side, you'll take the leg over to the right and just breathe. You don't have to go too far, but just enough to find that stretch in the outer left hip. Allow the leg to come back up above you. Release your foot from that strap. Release the left leg down. You may extend the arms back behind you for a full body stretch back. Now everything feels nice and long in the legs. Hug your knees in towards you. You can move your block out of the way. You won't need it for just a little while. But keep your strap handy. We're taking the leg straight up above us and we're strapping both feet. Flexing through our toes, rolling the inner thighs forward, and just pressing straight down. So you're not moving this closer towards you. And just pause here for a moment, noticing how it feels to have both feet in the strap. Keeping the right foot in the strap, release the left foot out, but bring it right up against your right foot. So it's just like how they were in the strap, except now the right foot's the only one in the strap. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, bend your elbows out to the side, which allows you to crunch up, and you have a little stability here because you're holding onto that strap. And on the exhale, gently release the left foot down towards the mat. Keep that left leg active, so flex through your toes. Feel that thigh firm, doesn't have to go all the way down. Hover it maybe before it reaches the mat. Inhale the left leg back up to meet the right. So both legs are active here. Flex through your toes, thighs are firm. Exhale releases the left leg down, hovering it towards the mat. Notice if you're gripping in your face and your neck. Inhale the leg up to meet the right. So just taking a few inhales and exhales like that. Each exhale, the leg releases down. Each inhale, it comes back up. Soft and smooth breathing here. So just waking up those lower abdominals. You may move faster or slower. It doesn't matter how fast or slow you move, as long as you're moving with your breath. Make these your last two and your last one. And bring yourself back down. Bring the left foot in to meet the right. Take a moment, just pull straight down, connecting both hips back into the socket. Keeping the left foot in the strap, release the right, and bring the feet back together. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, we bend our elbows out to the side, we crunch up. We draw the low belly down. We keep the legs active here. On the exhale, we'll release the right leg, hovering it down. On the inhale, we bring it back up. Exhale to release. Inhale it up. Exhale, release. Inhale it up. And just keep moving with your inhales and exhales. You may be going faster. You may be going slower. That's okay. Last few. Make these your last two and your last one. Release the head down, bring your foot back into the strap and just pull straight down here. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, bend both elbows out to the side. Draw the low belly back, still waking up our hamstrings, finding a little crunch. And then release. Release your feet from the strap. You can just move your strap to the side. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Let's take a cleansing breath here. Big inhale through your nose. Exhale it out your mouth. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale it out your mouth. Great job, guys. Start to rock and roll back and forth along your spine as if you're rolling like a ball. And roll yourselves up into tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Spreading your fingers evenly, planting down to the palms. Finding a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhaling up the chest, arching the upper back for cow. Exhale, scoop the navel, roll the shoulders forward for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Again, moving with the pace of your breath. We're building a connection between the body and the breath here. Soft and smooth breathing. Warming up the spine, the hips, the shoulders, the neck. Allow yourself to come to a neutral spine, tabletop position. Extend your right fingertips forward as if you could reach through the screen and touch someone else's hand. And I'll turn to face you guys so I can actually do the same thing. Inhale extends our left leg straight back behind us. Grounding down through that left hand, firming into the right hip, we're holding. Draw the low belly in. Breathe. On the exhale, we'll take the left leg out to the side, right arm out to the side, and again, we're holding. Draw the low belly in, waking up that left inner thigh. Breathe. Exhale, release the hand and knee down. Take a couple rounds of cat and cow. Allow yourself to come to your neutral spine, tabletop position. Extend your left fingertips forward as if you could reach someone's hand through the screen. Inhale extends the right leg back this time. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. We're just holding here, finding our balance. Firming into that left hip, extending back the heel of that right foot. Take an inhale. On the exhale, take the arm and leg out to the side. Breathe here. Soft and smooth breathing. Great job, guys. Almost there. Then release the hand and knee down. Take a couple of rounds of cat and cow. Allow yourself to find your neutral spine, tabletop position. Walk your hands just a little out in front of you. Grounding down through your hands, find that rotation in the upper arms, biceps forward, triceps back. Extend left toes back onto the mat, right toes back onto the mat, plank pose. Now it's early. You can have the knees down for plank if you need it. Same exact position in the arms here. But if you'd like, you can pick up the knees and take a full plank pose. And we're just holding, drawing the low belly in, extending back to the heels of the feet, keeping our shoulders right over our wrist. Breathe here. On the exhale, we lower all the way down. Option to take the knees down if you'd like, onto our bellies. Great job, everyone. Bringing your forehead down onto the mat, release your toes back behind you. Stacking your elbows over your wrist. Inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest, cobra pose. Exhale it down. Inhale, head, neck, and chest, cobra. Exhale it down. Last one. Inhale, head, neck, and chest, cobra. Exhale it down. Press yourselves back into a child's pose. Big toes touch, knees apart. Extend your arms straight out in front of you. And remind yourself you can come back to child's pose at any time throughout the practice or any pose that you need to reconnect to yourself. Soft and smooth breathing here. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Gently press yourself back up in the tabletop. Tuck your toes, pick up your hips. Downward facing dog. Taking a few inhales and exhales here in downward dog. So remembering that connection to your hands, that rotation in the upper arms. Extending the thighs back as if they could reach a wall behind you. Moving your chest closer to your thighs. And sometimes the heels of the feet go all the way down the mat. Sometimes they don't, that's okay. Take a deep inhale. Exhale your hips back down into plank pose. Pause here for a moment. Again, you can have the knees down for plank. Then send it up and back, downward facing dog. One last time, exhale the hips down into plank pose. Inhale it up and back, downward facing dog. Great job, guys. Soft and smooth breathing here. Walk your feet out as wide as your mat. Walk your hands about halfway back. So you're just in a shorter down dog. I'll scoot a little more forward so you can see. It's kind of like a wide leg stance or a wider stance of a forward fold and a shorter down dog. Keep your right hand where it's at. You may come up onto the fingertips if it's hard to keep the hands where they're at, or you can always bring your right hand onto a block. We'll reach back and grab our left ankle or our left shin, and we'll take like a little short down dog twist. And then we'll release that left hand down, and we'll reach with our right hand to the left leg, and we'll do that same little twist. Great job, guys. Release your hand down and walk your hands back towards your feet. Find your wide leg forward fold and just hang loose a little bit. Soft and smooth breathing. Hands on your hips, ground down through your feet. On your inhale, come all the way up to standing. Let's walk to the top of the mat. Inhale takes the arms up above us. Exhale to forward fold it down. Inhale to lengthen our spine halfway. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back into plank pose. Option to take the knees down for plank. We're lowering halfway down, chaturanga, rolling over our toes, drawing the chest in between the arms, upward facing dog. On the exhale, we roll over the toes and the hips up and back, downward facing dog. So just easing our bodies into a sun salute A. Take a few inhales and exhales here in your down dog. Soft and smooth breathing. Walk your hands back towards your feet. You may walk your feet out a little wider, but don't go all the way back. Just go about halfway so you have that shorter stance. Same thing we did before. Reach your left hand towards that right shin or ankle. Find your little down dog twist. And then we switch. Right hand to the left foot or ankle, or left shin or ankle. And then we release the hands down, walking the hands all the way back into our forward fold. Breathe. Hands on the hips, ground down through your feet, come all the way up to standing. Make your way to the top of the mat. Another sun A. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen our spine halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back for your vinyasa. You can always skip this part and go straight to down dog, or you'll exhale for chaturanga, roll over your toes, draw your chest in between the arms, upward facing dog. Exhale the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a few inhales and exhales here. Soft and smooth breathing. Walk your feet out as wide as your mat. Walk your hands about halfway back and find that little twist again. Left hand towards the shin of the right or the ankle. And then really twist. Look underneath that right arm. Release the left hand down. Take the right hand to the ankle or the shin of the left leg. Look underneath that arm. Take that hand down. Walk your hands all the way back. Come into your forward fold. Breathe. Ground down through your feet, hands on your hips. Come all the way up to standing. Making our way to the top of the mat. One last sun A. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands down, moving through a vinyasa if you choose. Again, if you decide to skip your vinyasa, which I always recommend, you can hold your plank pose, and then we'll all meet up and back for downward dog. Take a few inhales and exhales here. Soft and smooth breathing. Inhale extends your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Pause here. Option to stay right here, or you'll exhale, knee to nose, and crunch it in. Inhale it up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. Inhale it up and back. Exhale, bend the knees, step that right foot to the top of the mat. Come high up onto your fingertips. Sweep your fingertips back behind you, so you're in a lunge position with the legs, a cobra position in the upper body. Take the arms all the way out in front of you, coming up for crescent pose. And you may take a moment here to find your balance. So I'm walking my right foot a little more to the right. You may have a slight bend in your left knee, and that actually feels really good on that hip flexor, so let's all try that. Left knee with a slight bend, and breathe. Now exhale those elbows out to the side, cactus arms, maybe lower the left knee a little bit more. And inhale, straighten the arms and the legs. Exhale, bend for cactus. Inhale to straighten everything. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Last one, exhale, bend and hold. Now you have the option to straighten out that left knee. Inhale your arms up above you. Exhale to release the hands down, frame your right foot. Left hand down, right fingertips up, twist. Breathe. Notice this twist coming from the upper body, bottom ribs forward, top ribs a little back. Exhale, release your hand down. Option to move through a vinyasa, stepping back into plank, or you can just go straight into down dog. If you're taking the vinyasa, we inhale for up dog, exhale up and back, down dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out your mouth. Deep breath in. Exhale it out your mouth. Moving on to that left side. Inhale that left leg up and back. Yogi's choice. You can stay right here or you'll exhale knee to nose. Crunch it in. Inhale it up and back. Exhale knee to nose and crunch it in. Inhale it up and back. Exhale, bend the knee. Step that left foot to the top of the mat. Come high up onto your fingertips. Keep your fingertips back behind you. Lunge position with the legs. Cobra pose in the upper body. Then inhale the arms out in front of you, coming all the way up. Crescent pose on the left. And I'm walking my left foot a little more to the left. That gives me a little more stabilizing there. Have a slight bend in my right knee, guiding my hips forward. Squaring my rib cage forward and breathing. On the exhale, we bend the elbows out to the side. We bend a little deeper in that back knee. And on the inhale, we straighten both legs and the arms. Exhale, bend. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. Inhale, straighten. Last one, exhale, bend, hold. Maybe straighten out that right knee. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, release the hands down. Frame your left foot. Find your twist. Right hand down, left fingertips up. Breathe. Soft and smooth breathing. Exhale, release the left hand down. Step back for a vinyasa. Or you have the option to skip this and go straight to down dog. We'll all meet up and back. Down dog. Take a cleansing breath here. Big inhale through your nose. Exhale it out your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Great job, guys. Walk your feet out as wide as your mat. Walk your hands about halfway back so you're in that shorter down dog. Left hand towards the right shin or ankle, twist. And then release that left hand down. Right hand towards the left shin or ankle, twist. Then release that hand down. Walk your hands back towards your feet. And hang loose a little bit. Grab opposite elbow, sway side to side. Lengthening the crown of the head down towards the mat. And breathe. Release your fingertips down towards your toes. Hands on your hips, ground down through your feet. Come all the way up to standing. Let's make our way to the top of the mat. Bend your knees, sit your hips nice and low, chair pose. Sweep up your arms. Breathe. Look down at your toes. If you can't see your toes, shift your knees a little further back. Finding this weight in the heels of the feet and in the hips. Lifting up through the back ribs to take the arms a little further back behind you. Inhale up to standing, palms press, hands to our heart center. Deep breath in for one more chair pose. Inhale those arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to lengthen our spine halfway. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back for your vinyasa. Inhale for up dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Soft and smooth breathing here. Inhale your right leg up and back. Yogi's choice, you'll stay right here or you'll exhale, knee to right elbow. We inhale it up and back. We exhale to the left elbow. Find that little twist. Inhale it up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, step your right foot to the top of the mat. Left hand down, right fingertips up, twist. So similar to what you did before, now we're just starting with the twist instead of ending with the twist. Exhale, release your hand down. Come high up onto your fingertips, sweep your fingertips back behind you. Find your little crescent lunge in the legs, that cobra in the upper body. Come all the way up, crescent pose. This time we're just holding. So find that position in your legs that works well for you. Nice deep bend in the front knee, tracking with the second toe. Sending the tailbone down, extending up through your fingertips. Take an inhale. Exhale, release your hands down. Frame your right foot. Now this may seem odd. We're not moving straight into a vinyasa. Lower your left knee down. Scoot the heel of the right foot towards the front of the room. So you're in this runner's lunge. You always have the choice to bring your hands onto blocks, to raise the floor or books, whatever you have handy. And breathe. I know we weren't expecting that. Soft and smooth breathing. Keep your left hand on your mat or on your block. Use your right hand to get into that right thigh, just guiding your hips more neutral. And maybe you just stay with the right hand at the thigh. That's enough balance. Maybe you extend those right fingertips up. And breathe. Keep flexing to the heel of that right foot. I know. Even though we're on our knee, it's still challenging. Exhale to release your hand down. Bend back into your right knee. Remove your blocks off your mat if you were using your blocks. Plant your hands down, step back for either a vinyasa or you can skip it. Inhaling for up dog. Exhale up and back for down dog. Great job. So left side will be a little easier because your brain knows what's coming next. So we'll inhale that left leg up and back, and we'll exhale to our left elbow. We inhale it up and back. We exhale to that right elbow, find that little twist. Inhale it up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, step the foot to the top of the mat. Right hand inside that ankle, left fingertips up, twist. Breathe. Exhale, release your left hand down. Come high up onto your fingertips. Sweep your fingertips back behind you. That little cobra pose in the upper body. Come all the way up. Crescent pose on the left. Breathe. Soft and smooth breathing. Take one last deep breath in. Exhale, release your hands down. Frame that left foot. Lower your right knee down. Option to use your blocks here. We're straightening out that left leg. So you take the foot and you scoot it towards the front of the mat. And you're finding that hamstring stretch. It's like a runner's lunge stretch here. And we breathe. Soft and smooth breathing. Keeping your right hand on the block, bring your left hand just to your left hip. That might be enough balance. Take a deep inhale, deep exhale. Some of you may twist, open the chest a little more, and extend the left fingertips up. Breathe. Great job, guys. Exhale to release the hand down. You can move your blocks to the side, bend into your left knee, step back for a vinyasa, or you'll go straight to down dog. And we'll all meet up and back for down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Deep inhale through your nose. Exhale it out your mouth. Deep inhale through your nose. Exhale it out your mouth. One last time. Deep inhale through your nose. And exhale it out your mouth. Great job, guys. Walk your feet out as wide as your mat. You know what's coming. We're walking our hands halfway back. And we'll do that little twist. Opposite hand to opposite leg twist. And then switch. I let you choose which one you went to first. And then release both hands. Walk your hands all the way back. Find your wide leg forward fold. Hang loose a little bit. And breathe. Hands on your hips, ground down through your feet. Come all the way up to standing. Let's make our way to the top of the mat. Bend your knees, sit your hips nice and low, chair pose, sweep up those arms, breathe. Soft and smooth breathing. Palms press, hands to our heart center. Take a deep breath in, exhale, bend your Take your left elbow outside your right knee. I don't know how you were gonna bend your left elbow. Yoga brain, it's early. Option to extend your fingertips out if you'd like. Breathe here. Exhale, release forward fold. Straighten out those legs. Inhale, lengthens our spine halfway. Exhale to fold. Bend those knees, sit the hips nice and low. Chair pose again, sweep up those arms, breathe. Palms press, hands to our heart center. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, right elbow outside your left knee, twist. And as you take this, notice what your hips are doing. Notice if they start to get uneven. As much as you can, draw that right hip back and keep that evenness in your hips. Maybe you straighten out the arms for the last few breaths. And exhale, we fold. Straighten out those legs. Great job, guys. Inhale to lengthen up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands down, traveling through vinyasa if you'd like, or you can always just meet us in down dog. Take a few breaths here in your down dog. Soft and smooth breathing. Exhale your hips down into our good friend plank pose. Draw your right knee in towards the nose. Take it towards the right elbow. Take it towards that left elbow. Then take the leg up and back. Three-legged dog, breathe. Great job, guys. Exhale, bend the knee, bring that right foot to the top of the mat. Sweep your fingertips back behind you. Find that crescent lunge in the legs. Come all the way up for full crescent lunge, breathe. Allow your palms to press, hands to your heart center. Ground down to the outer edge of your left heel. Maybe walk your right foot a little more to the center of the mat. Open up your chest to the side, extend out the arms wrist to wrist, warrior two. Breathe here. Soft and smooth breathing. Lengthen a little forward over your right knee, forearm to your thigh, left arm alongside your ear, side ankle pose. Trikonasana. Here you find that twist again, bottom ribs forward, top ribs a little back. Ground down through your feet, inhale, the arms pull you back up, warrior two. Straighten out your right knee, option to shorten your stance here. Shift your hips to the back of the room, lengthen forward over your knee. Allow your hand to come down to your shin, your ankle, or your block, triangle pose. Extending the fingertips up towards the ceiling, I invite you to maybe glance up towards your fingertips. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, we're coming out of this different. We lower the left hand down to meet the right. We release our right hand outside the right ankle. We use our right hand to draw the right hip back, finding our pyramid pose. Now you can always have your hands on blocks here. That helps raise the floor for you. So notice how triangle pose and pyramid pose are just about the same thing. One, you're a little more open. One, you're a little bit more forward fold, kind of that style, because eventually we will fold here. But the only thing that changes is where your twist is at. So one, you're twisting open, one, you're twisting towards the leg, and just breathe. Now, if you'd like to forward fold here, that feels comfortable in the body, then gently start to recline down towards that leg. And as you do so, ground down to the outer edge of that back foot into the big toe mound of your right. Great job, everyone. Inhale to lengthen. Walk your hands inside that right ankle. Pivot your hips towards the side of the mat. Find your wide leg forward fold. Hang loose. You can walk your hands back in line with your feet. Or you can keep your hands on the blocks if it's hard for you to get your hands down towards the mat. Great job, everyone. Allow your hands to come to your hips, ground down through your feet, come all the way up to standing. You're like, how the heck are we gonna get out of this? Nothing fancy. Step the left foot up to meet the right. Coming to the top of our mat. If you have blocks on your mat, go ahead and remove those. Inhale your arms up above you. Exhale to forward, fold it down. Inhale to lengthen up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands down, traveling through a vinyasa if you choose. Again, these are optional. You can always hold a plank pose and meet us in down dog. So left side's a little easier. Left brain knows what's coming. It's like, okay, I'm ready for this. So we exhale those hips down into plank pose. We draw the left knee in towards the left elbow. We take it over towards the right. We take it towards the nose and then send it up and back for a three-legged dog. On the exhale, we bend the knee. We step the foot to the top of the mat. Coming high up onto our fingertips, we sweep our fingertips back behind us. Crescent pose, but with those little cobra motion in the body. Coming all the way up for a full Anjalayasana, crescent pose, breathe. Palms press, hands to our heart center. Breathe here. Ground down to the outer edge of the right heel. Walk the left foot over, opening up your chest to the side, warrior two. Lengthening a little forward over your knee, forearm to the thigh, right arm alongside your ear, side angle pose. Ground down through your feet. Inhale, the arms pull you back up, warrior two. Straighten out your left knee. Option to shorten the stance of your back leg, so you're in a little shorter stance now, a little more stability. Shift the hips to the back of the room, lengthening forward over your left knee. Allow your hand to come down to your shin, your ankle, or your block, and breathe. Option to start to look up towards those top fingertips. Now here comes the fun part. We'll look down towards our toes, and we'll release this right hand down to meet the left, framing our left ankle. Again, you have the option to use blocks here. So as we pivot our torso towards the front, we find now we're in pyramid pose instead of triangle. And that's kind of like life. You may seem like you're in one way and this is where you're gonna go, and then you get shifted into a new direction. So that's what we're doing on our mat. And just breathe here in pyramid. You don't have to fold, but it is an option. So you may inhale, lengthen, and exhale, start to recline towards your left leg. And breathe. Soft and smooth breathing. Inhale to come back up. And we'll simply start to pivot ourselves towards the side of the mat, including our feet. So we're grounding down evenly through our feet. We find our wide leg forward fold. We let our head hang loose. And we walk our hands back even with the heels of the feet. And we just breathe. Soft and smooth breathing. And you notice these little moments of release when you fold. And enjoying that. Grounding down through your feet. Hands on your hips. Come all the way up to standing. Again, nothing fancy to come out. Just step your back foot up to meet the top foot, coming to the top of the mat. Inhale the arms up above you. Exhale to forward fold it down. You have to move your blocks out the way like myself. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands down, stepping back for a vinyasa, or again, you have the option to skip a vinyasa if you'd like. And then we'll all meet up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Walk your feet out as wide as your mat. You know where we're going. Walk halfway back, finding our little twist, one hand to the opposite leg, and twist. And then switch. So noticing all the twists we've been taking and how you can breathe through it. Just like the twist and turn in life. Release your hand down. Walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. Hang loose a little bit. Release your fingertips down towards your toes or hands on your hips. We're coming all the way up to standing. Let's make our way to the top of the mat. So here comes our fun parts. Everything that we've been opening up the body to do. We'll bend our knees, sit our hips nice and low, chair pose. Sweep up those arms. Breathe here. On the exhale, we'll forward fold. I know we may not have been expecting that. Straighten out the legs for a moment. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Have that bend in your knees again. Get low enough to bring your stomach onto your thighs. You may use your block or your book here. And if you use your block or your book, and regardless if you use the block or the book, walk your feet out about a foot distance between each other, or a fist distance between each other. So you have room to bring your block in between your feet. I know you're like, what in the heck? It'll make sense, I promise. Bringing your left hand onto your block. If you don't have a block and you're just taking this with your hands, I'll show that on the other side, but you can always just bring your left fingertips in between your feet. Take your right arm up. So it's like a little chair twist, but your hand is inside your feet instead of being outside. Keep the right foot where it's at, similar to what we did on Monday. We'll come high up onto the heel of that left foot. Maybe you even start to hover it. Yep, shoot those toes back. Guess what? You're in that twist from the beginning of class. Breathe. Great job, guys. Exhale to release your hand down. Coming high up onto your fingertips. You'll sweep your fingertips back behind you. You've been here plenty of times. And you'll come all the way up. Our good friend crescent pose. Hands on your hips this time. Hop your left foot in until you can bring your foot down easily at a diagonal. And we'll straighten out the right leg. So we're in that pyramid pose shape with our legs already. We just haven't fully gone into it with our torso. Hands on your hips, inhale to lengthen, opening up, exhale, start to go forward. So notice how this motion is the same motion you did with the fingertips sweeping back all of class. And then release your hands down towards your ankle. Option again to use blocks here. And on the other side, I'll show you how it looks without blocks in case you're not using blocks. So bringing your hands down onto your blocks or fingertips down into the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. And start to think about your hips here. You may have already noticed it's the same hips that you had for your crescent pose. You draw that right hip back, left hip slightly forward. You guide your hips to neutral. Inhale, lengthens the spine up halfway. Keeping the left hand on your block or your left fingertips down. Use your right hand, get into that right outer thigh. So that's drawing the right hip back. That lets you know if your hips are actually neutral. And just like we did when we were on our backs, this is the same exact motion you did in your Padangusthasana. You'll start to take your right fingertips up. So this is what you did on your back when you took the leg to the opposite side and you found that little stretch in the outer hip. Same thing here. Breathe. Your gaze may not go up towards your fingertips today. That's okay. Finding this twist in the upper body. Bottom ribs forward, top ribs back. Exhale to release your hand back down and to come out of it. We'll bend to this right knee. You can have your hands on block still. I'm coming onto my fingertips for this other side. Step the left foot up to meet the right. Pretty simple, right? Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we lengthen. And exhale, we fold. We get low enough to bring our stomach down onto our thighs, feeling that weight heavy in the heels and that weight heavy in the hips. Having our feet about a fist distance apart. So option to bring the block again inside your feet. I'll do it with fingertips this time in case you're not using a block. We'll bring that right hand inside our feet. And we'll just keep our left hand down for now, keeping some stability. We'll lift up the heel of that right foot. Maybe even start to hover your right foot. We'll shoot the toes to the back of the mat. See how you're back in your lunge. Right hand down, left fingertips up, find your twist. Then release the left hand down. Sweep the fingertips back behind you. Find that lunge. Come all the way up for our good friend crescent pose. Hands to our hips. We'll hop in that right foot just a few inches so we can bring the heel of the foot down. So you're on a little diagonal with that foot. And we'll straighten out the left knee. We guide our hips forward automatically here, just like we would for any crescent pose. Now you've just straightened out the legs. Inhale opens up the chest. Exhale, we lengthen forward. Should feel awfully familiar. And release the fingertips down to the mat or your hands are on blocks. And even here, notice if your left hip's going out to the side, draw the left hip back. We inhale, lengthen, and you exhale, you may fold. And breathe. Rooting down to the outer edge of the back foot, the big toe mound of your front foot. Inhale, back up. Right hand inside that left ankle, left hand to your left thigh, or your left outer hip, excuse me. Take a deep inhale, exhale, twist, open towards the left. And maybe you extend the arms up. And breathe. You may just stay right here today, that's okay. You're getting the same twist in the torso, that's all that matters. Exhale to release your hand down. Bend into your left knee, step your right foot up to meet your left. Great job, guys. Inhale, lengthens our spine. Exhale, we fold. 2 more times. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, we fold. Last time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, we fold. Bend your knees, get low enough to bring your stomach onto your thighs, sweep up your arms, our good friend chair pose, but only so we can come all the way down to seated. And we're not doing anything fancy like Monday. We're literally bringing the heels of the feet together, knees apart, trikonasana, sometimes referred to as butterfly pose. And we'll inhale, opening up the chest, exhale, hinge from our hips, release our head down towards our toes, and just breathe. Soft and smooth breathing. Inhale, back up to seated. Hands outside your knees. Bring your feet onto your mat. Scoot your hips a little forward, roll down onto your backs. I'll switch sides actually. Windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Allow the legs to come to neutral, crossing your right ankle over your left knee. Thread the needle, reaching behind that left thigh, moving the legs in towards you. Keeping that right foot flexed and the right knee moving towards the front of the room, you'll find more of a stretch in that outer hip. And maybe even play with extending the left leg up towards the ceiling. And just breathe here. It's like taking a pigeon pose on your back. Bend your knee, bring your feet back down onto the mat, and we'll switch sides. Left ankle over the right knee, reaching behind the thigh, moving the legs in towards you. Maybe you straighten out that right leg towards the ceiling. When you're ready, bend your knee, bring your foot back down and cross the ankle. Windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Allow your legs to come back to neutral. Walking your feet into your knees or over your ankles, keeping your feet parallel with your mat, your knees straight up towards the ceiling. Grounding down through your feet, inhale, gently pick up the hips, tuck and roll your shoulders underneath you, bridge pose. A few different options for your hands. You can grab the outside edges of your mat and releasing your fingers behind your back. I have long arms, so I like to sometimes bring my hands toward the heel of my foot. Anything that feels good here, find that position with your arms for you. And just breathe. And exhale, gently release the hips down. Windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Allow the legs to come back to neutral, lifting up for just one more bridge pose. If full wheel is in your practice and you'd like to take Urdhva Dhanurasana full wheel, you can. If not, you're grounding down through your feet and your inhale, gently picking up the hips, tucking and rolling your shoulders underneath you for bridge pose. And breathe. And on the exhale, we gently release the hips back down. Windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Allow the legs to come back to neutral. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Straighten your left leg out into the mat, flexing through your left toes. Bring your left hand down onto your left thigh and move your right leg into happy baby. So grabbing the outside edges of that right foot. So you're in a one leg happy baby. And just breathe. Soft and smooth breathing. We'll release our right foot down onto the mat, hugging our left knee in this time, straightening out the right leg towards the front of the room. Bring that right hand down onto that right hip, taking the left leg into happy baby. So grabbing the outside edge of that left foot and breathe. So our little one-legged happy baby. This is like lizard lunge, but on your back. And release the left foot down onto the mat. Bend your right knee, bring both feet onto the mat. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And you guessed it, happy baby with both legs. Heels of the feet up towards the ceiling. Grab the outside edges of your feet, and breathe. You rock side to side here if that feels good. Hug your knees back in towards your chest, finding the twist of your choice. So take the arms out to the side, and drop the knees over to the right or the left. You can have the legs crossing each other. You can have one leg straighten out, whatever twist that you like. Inhale and exhale, switch to this other side and twist. Inhale the legs back to center, hugging your knees in towards your chest. Allow your forehead to come up towards your knees, squeezing tight like a ball, giving yourself love and gratitude for your practice this morning. Take a deep breath in and exhale, release the arms and legs out away from your body, finding your final resting pose or shavasana. Relaxing the muscles around the eyes, there's nothing left to see. The muscles around the mouth, there's nothing left to say. Fully giving your body permission to relax. I invite you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you need. But if you'd like, you can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, rolling your wrists and ankles. Extending your arms straight back behind you for a full body stretch back. Hugging your knees in towards your chest. And bring your forehead back up to meet your knees. Squeeze tight like a ball. Again, thanking yourself for your practice. And rolling over to your side or just rolling straight up to a comfortable seated position. Allow your eyes to close. Allow your hands to meet at heart center. And I'll read you guys just a short piece of a poem that was shared with me yesterday. And it says, "You do not have to become totally Zen or preach the gospel of Zoom. You only have to let the soft animal of your body unlearn." And as we move through different things in our lives, just remind yourself you don't have to do anything. You can just allow yourself to be. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Let's exhale, sigh it out of our mouth. Namaste.